How are we doing Wednesday night? And what is this? Third day of lockdown? Fourth day or something? Fifth day? Do you know what? I was actually sitting there a little bit earlier on and I couldn't remember what day it was. Is that how it's actually getting? Who else is feeling like that? Who else is starting to, sit there and just lose track of the days? This weekend, the clocks go forward. So we get an extra hour in our house. Some people are going to be banging their heads against the wall by the time this is all over and done with. I'm calm myself. I'm actually enjoying a bit of a break. And I'm making the most of the isolation and stuff. Today went out in the garden. It was like 17 degrees, which is beautiful weather in England. Went out in the garden and I'm in the process of sorting out my garden and everything else. And, it's one of those jobs where you're like, yeah, I'll do it this weekend. And then you go to football and you just don't do it that weekend. So I'm in the process of doing that. And, the kids have got their section and there's, swings, slides, football goals, all of that kind of stuff for them. And it's like, right, you got your section. Now I'm on my section and I'm putting a hot tub in. That is it. Simple as that. If I'm going to be locked up in this house, then I want to enjoy it. So nice evenings, out in the hot tub, chilled. Do you know what I mean? I might even do a live stream from the hot tub one night. But it's... you got to do what you got to do to pass the time, to be quite honest with you. You have to, because I think that, you're going absolutely insane. Otherwise, I think that you would just trying to get your mind around everything. It's just going to be near on impossible for some people. But, how is everyone dealing with it? Themselves, I want people to throw the questions in. I want people to, start to speak about what they're up to. Are they missing football? What are you doing if you're not, got that football, bug to go and watch? You can't go and watch anything live. Are you watching reruns? Are you seeing all that kind of stuff? Crazy, isn't it? So what are we in? When did he lock the country down? Friday, wasn't it? Yeah, so he locked the country down on Friday. What day? Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, it is Wednesday. So what's that? 5 days. 5 days in lockdown. 5 days. I'm calm, man. I'm all right with it. We've nearly done a week already. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I'm looking at it. You've got to do it in blocks. When you're doing this kind of stuff, you do it in blocks. You don't look at the end picture and you sit there and go, oh, you know what? It's 3 weeks minimum, etc., etc. You've got to take it in little pieces and you've got to be able to, do that kind of thing. And it helps your mind a little bit. Super chat question comes in from Nipun Sharma. Thoughts on Yang Vertonghen's house getting robbed at gunpoint, sentiment aside? Yeah, I see that. I believe that was before we was even in lockdown and stuff like that. I think it was when he was playing in the Champions League game out in Leipzig, was it? I think that's when it was. And yeah, listen, man, at the end of the day, these people are opportunists. They knew he wouldn't be there. They knew that his wife and his children were going to be there and they're vulnerable and easy targets. And it's not great, is it? It's not nice. I wouldn't like that done to my family, that's for sure. And hopefully the people that, done that are able to be brought to justice, that's for sure. Let's go and try and get through some of these super chat questions that are coming through now. Let's have a look, shall we? This moves so fast, it's crazy. One question's come in, and it's from Yashi567. who are bigger, Arsenal or Manchester United historically? It's got to be Manchester United because of the trophies they've won, 21 league titles and 3 Champions Leagues, is it? So yeah, you're going to have to say it's Manchester United, to be honest with you, as much as it pains me to say it. And I'm Arsenal, and I'd love to sit there and say us, but the three biggest clubs in England are Manchester United, Liverpool, and Arsenal. Simple as that. Andrew Chow, honest opinion, how much transfer money will Arsenal have and what targets are realistic? I know you like Upamecano, new striker, central defensive midfielder, and a right back. Well, yeah, listen, Upamecano, see the reports today that he's told RB Leipzig that he will be leaving at the end of the season. He wants to go. He's only got a year left on his contract. He does have a release clause, which at the end of this season goes down to £55.5 million or 60 million euros. So you don't need to get into a bidding war. You don't need to go up to 75, 80, 90 million pounds. There's a price. You pay the price, and then it's down to the player whether he wants to join your club. And I'll tell you something, if we got Upamecano, I'd be absolutely buzzing. You're talking about a centre midfielder. You're looking at Thomas Partey. Listen, if we did sign him, I would have a party. Forget about when coronavirus is finished. Sign him, and that's the biggest party I'll be having. We do need a right back as well. We've got to keep our options open. Hearing that Hector's been playing through, an injury. So will he get back to his full capabilities? I don't know. It's a tough one. It really is tough, to be quite honest with you. And I've said Max Aarons, but it depends about Norwich. What happens with this season? Are they going to be relegated, not relegated? If they stay in the Premier League, then you get less of a chance of keeping him or signing him, should I say. But if he's not in the Premier League, then you've definitely got more chance of getting him, that's for sure. So, interesting. Let's have a look through some of these questions here. Joe Dempsey, yeah, pretty much. It would be one of those moments, wouldn't it? If we signed him. Let's have a look at this one here. The GOAT Messi, would you take Arthur Melo from Barcelona? It's a difficult one, isn't it? Could we get him? That's the things that you've got to see. It's like, let me have a look at something. Let me have a look. Let's have a look. And we see he's got what's his contract situation at Barcelona? Do you know what it is? How long's he got left on his contract? He's only 23 years old. No doubt his ability and everything else, but yeah, would we get a player like that? I'm not sure. Harry Doherty, best and worst Arsenal moments. Worst was the Champions League final, most definitely. And the best moments were winning the league at Tottenham, Manchester United, and Liverpool. It's not bad, is it? It's one hell of a hat trick, that's for sure. My word. Been quite lucky, really, when we look at it in that perspective. Jesus, yeah, that's mad. Winning the league at Spurs, Manchester United, and Liverpool. Wow. Do you know what? There was a question come up there, and I really want to see that one again, actually. All right, here we go. Tommy Dyer says, do you think we would have won the title the season Leicester won it if we had Aubameyang up front instead of Giroud? 100%. Mesut Ozil that season was absolutely insane. He was about 2 assists away from smashing Thierry Henry's record, and it was Christmas time. And then Giroud goes, what was it, nearly 20 games without a goal or something? Mate, seriously. If Aubameyang was playing in our side then with Alexis and with Mesut Ozil at that time, we'd have won the league. Simple as that. But we had a donkey. Don't even get me started, man. I see a question there about Ceballos, actually. I see a report earlier today that we're meant to be extending his loan because of this whole coronavirus thing, and the fact that we're probably going to go past his loan spell. So Arsenal are in the process of tying that up, that Ceballos will still be here. Let's have a look at this one here. San Kafaf, will you do the match day vlogs again? At the moment, no. Simple reason being is because I go to the games with my son. So I enjoy going to the games. I'm concentrating on those and, you know, spending time with him and everything else. And it's just too difficult trying to, you know, look after your kids and vlog and everything else. So I'm just enjoying my time with the children at football at the moment. So never say never. They could well be back very soon, but not at the moment. Got a super chat in from Hemal Nanda. Hope I pronounced that one right. And he says, hope you are keeping well, DT, in the madness that we are living in. Do you think that the Premier League clubs should help the lower league clubs financially, as they will be hit hard by the coronavirus? Yeah, it's, you know, a lot of the lower league clubs, they are struggling. There's a lot of money within football now. And I saw Barnet were one side that had to get rid of all their non-playing staff because they couldn't afford to pay them while they were off. So, yeah, it's not nice. And, you know, you've got to fear the worst for some of these clubs if football doesn't start anytime soon. And I don't think it will start anytime soon. I was chatting to Goldbridge earlier on this afternoon on his channel, and I said that I think around about September, October, when football will start again, because what we're going through right now is bad, but it's going to get worse. All right. The UK, for example, is nowhere near its peak and where it's meant to be at, you know, its worst. That's meant to be the end of May, June and July time. So the reason why they're putting in lockdowns now and trying to do all this kind of stuff is so that when it comes to the peak area and that point, the NHS is not going to break. It's not going to crumble. It's not just going to fall apart and more people will die. So how can you play any kind of football before then? Because everybody's just getting it. Every day somebody new seems to pop up. And I know at the moment it's celebrities and whatnot that you always see, because they seem to be the only ones who get tested because they got the funds. They got the means of being tested. They can contact their private doctors and whatnot. It'd be interesting if they get this testing thing sorted out, so you can tell whether you had coronavirus as well and you've, you know, gone past that stage and you've never even known. And there's so many people that are saying that December, January, they were so ill, like they've never felt before. And they probably had coronavirus and they never knew. Nobody knew. You know, there's some people with mild symptoms, light symptoms, and then there's the ones that are in intensive care. My youngest son was really ill over a month ago. Had a high fever, 39 in terms of his temperature. He had the sore throat, he had the cough, he had everything. And it was before, you know, what we are experiencing now and seeing now and everything. And you just pull it down to flu, you know, normal medicines, Nurofen, Calpol, whatever. And within 3-4 days, he was fine. But now you sit there and you think, wow, I wonder if he had it. Do you know what I mean? And a couple of days after he had it, I was really ill for about 2 days. I was projectile vomiting and everything. And at the time, I was like, well, that's not one of the symptoms of coronavirus. So I've just got a bug. I must have called it off him. And now we're hearing from Spain that one of the symptoms of coronavirus is sickness. So you never know. You never know. But yeah, I wouldn't wish it on anyone from some of the images I've seen, that's for sure. Jesus Christ. Next question comes in from Henry Sandat. How much do you think Arteta has changed during his time? He's changed a hell of a lot, to be quite honest with you. He's changed a hell of a lot. And you can see the mentality, the mindset and everything within the club. You can see the fact we've only lost one game in 2020. You know, not lost away from home since Unai Emery was manager. So he has changed a lot. And I'd like to see, you know, how we progress under him as we go forward. Next question comes in from Balaj Cuckoo. Sancho to Chelsea. Manchester United fans will be fuming. Well, it's obvious that he's going to come back to the Premier League. And yeah, listen, for all intents and purposes, everyone thought it was going to be Manchester United. But from the rumours that I'm hearing, that Chelsea are heavily involved, and Manchester United will be fuming if they don't get Sancho. And it'd be interesting to see how he does in the Premier League. In the Bundesliga, he's absolutely tearing it up, and he's an unbelievable talent. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see him in the Premier League and where he goes. Next question comes from Alexander Barsef, and he says, do Arsenal have the best youngsters in the league? You know what? We're up there. To be honest with you, we're definitely up there. I think Chelsea have got some good youngsters. Reece James, I rate him. That young lad that was playing for them recently, is it Gilmore? Before the Scottish international, the young lad, I rate him. And then you look at Arsenal, and obviously we've got the likes of Saka, Martinelli, Joe Willock, Reece Nelson. So many players that we've actually brought through. Eddie Nketiah. So yeah, we've definitely got the talent, and they've just got to keep their feet grounded, work hard, and you know, see if they can establish themselves in the first team, and you know, go on to be a big household name at the club. So that's the ultimate, anyway. So where is everyone in the world today? Are you in lockdown wherever you are? Is your country in lockdown? What are the restrictions and what are the issues at the moment where you live? Who would you like to sign in the summer? That comes in from Henry. Do you know what? I've said it already. Upamecano, Partey, and I've Max Aarons. Mate, can you imagine Saliba and Upamecano? Behave yourself, man. That would be an unbelievable centre-back pairing, man. Mad. Right, let's look through where everyone is. Right, let's go. Here we are. Qatar, Liverpool. Totally blocked. Lock off. Newcastle, Halifax, New Zealand. 4 weeks lockdown in New Zealand. Ipswich, Germany, South Africa. No one in lockdown in South Africa. Auckland, New Zealand, lockdown with no confirmed deaths and only 205 cases. Wow. I wish our country would have acted a lot quicker. California, Southwest London, Dublin, Norway, and they're currently in lockdown. Eastbourne, lockdown. Hopefully everyone's staying away from the beach. Birmingham, Belfast, Netherlands, So yeah, they're not in lockdown. It's surprising, given that it's kind of in between Germany and France that have got some bad cases at the moment. Goa in India, total lockdown. Somalia, Mogadishu, Qatar, and they're not in lockdown. Bradford, we got no restrictions. Yeah, definitely. So what is it? A 21-day lockdown in India, Kenya, Cornwall. Apparently, Tate's in my bunker. Yeah, I've got a bunker, man, already. Do you know what I mean? Like some air raid shelter. Support Spurs or no football again? No football again. What's the point in having football if you support them anyway? Boreham Wood. Yes, I do know where it is. That's where they make EastEnders. Actually, yeah, I know where Boreham Wood is. Question comes in from Luke Barr. Who would you buy as a second right back? I was saying it. I don't know whether you've only just joined, but I was saying that, you know, if we're going to get someone in there that's going to challenge Hector and whatnot, then I'd look at the likes of Max Aarons. It does depend on what happens to Norwich. Will they get relegated? Season void? Whatever. But yeah, I'm also interested to see how our new signing does. I think a lot of people have forgotten that we've actually got a right back in, you know, to cover in the short term, shall we say. And I'm a little bit gutted that I haven't had a chance to see him because he'd just come back to full fitness as well. So, yeah, that's a little bit disappointing. But, yeah, you never know, man. Hopefully we get to see him. Let's have a look at this question. Let me see if I can get this one up. Here we are. Question comes in from Dust Bunny. Small town Kentucky. Dream of coming to the Emirates, taking care of folks mid-70s. Factories are even closing here. Saliba and Mari next season. My dream is Saliba and Upper Meccano. I know that Sarri's not done a lot wrong since he's come here and that, but Upper Meccano is just next level, man, for me. That guy's a beast, and he would be just the dream signing. Honest to God, he would be the dream signing. And that's what I would want anyway. So, let me answer this one here. Who would you rather, Ozil or Bruno? Right, let me make this very clear, right? In Ozil's prime, Bruno doesn't get near him. Absolutely nowhere near a prime Mesut Ozil. Not in a million years. If you're talking right now, and, you know, obviously Ozil's older and he's not what he used to be and everything else, and you've got to, you know, give credit to Bruno. He's done well since he's joined Manchester United. But if you're talking in their primes, Mesut Ozil all day, mate. Absolutely no debate about it in any way, shape, or form, mate. Cape Town in South Africa. Estonia, 4-week minimum lockdown. Jack Grealish, yeah, that's an interesting one. No. I'm not selling Aubameyang just to get up on Meccano. That's like, you know, taking one step forward and 2 steps back. Nah. Ziyech to Chelsea. What do I think of that transfer? I'm gutted, mate, to be quite honest with you, because he's another player that I really wanted, really rate him. And yeah, I just, is what it is, isn't it? Not much we can do. Chelsea have got him, fair play. Well done to them. And we'll see how he handles life in the Premier League. But I think he'll do bits. I think he'll do good, man. Question comes in from RCG 22190. Hope you and the family are good. What do you think the impact of the virus will have on football world in the future? I think it'll have a big impact, to be quite honest with you. I think that this will change things for a very long time. Like it or not, some people won't believe it, but I genuinely think it will. I don't think that we're ever going to experience anything like this in our lifetime again. And I just, fear the worst, man. Fear the worst, but we'll wait and see, definitely. Another question comes in from Alexander Barsev. Could Arsenal sign Yuri Tielemans if Danny leaves? Again, it's ifs and buts. I think that we've got more priorities. I think that we've got, other things going on and everything else that we need to be worrying about. But yeah, he's a quality player. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think it's a necessity, if I'm being totally honest with you. Let's go through some of the questions. I've got loads of super chat questions, man. I'm trying to get through so that I don't miss any of them. Let's have a look. Let's try and get through. That's an interesting question. Hold on a minute, I'll get to that one. But there was a super chat question, and I can't seem to find it anywhere now. And it was about us all sticking together and listening to what Robbie said and everything else. I briefly caught it, and then I can't find it. So my apologies, but I did see what you were saying. And yeah, we do need to stick together, most definitely. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what I can put up on here. It's the only thing when everyone comes in with them super chats so quick. Just trying to find them. Because if it moves fast. Right, here we go. Oh. See, look, it's moving so fast that when I go to press it, it disappears. Mad. Right, let's get this one. Shock Drown Maldini. Which one did you enjoy more? Spraying your fence this morning or meeting Mark Goldbridge? Let's make this clear as well, right? I didn't meet him face to face or anything. It was a live stream before anyone goes mad. But yeah, as much as I enjoyed the conversation with Mark, I really, really, really enjoyed painting my fence. Question comes in from Nigel Mendonca. Would you take Tony Adams in the all-time Premier League 11, and who would you partner him if yes? Yeah, listen, Tony Adams, one of the greatest defenders ever. And it's, he spent a lot of his time in the old First Division and Premier League. And I think I've done something similar to this where I've done a team and I put John Terry next to him. Forget about what John Terry was like off the pitch. On the pitch, he was an absolute monster. And him and Tony Adams would be mad together. Mad. Let's have a look. Let's go through some of these. Some of the questions, man, honestly. Some of the things that I see. Let's have a look here. What's this one? Do you have a second team in the Premiership or the Championship? Absolutely no chance. I don't support anyone else apart from DTFC. That's the other team that I'm supporting. DTFC, man. Can't believe, nah, man. How could you support anyone else in the Premier League and that? Surely you can't. I know there's some people out there that actually do it, but nah, not for me, mate. Nah. You can't be doing that. And no, I don't support Luton either. Question comes in from Danny the Unicorn. Who do you think will get relegated from the Premier League? My words. That's a tough one, isn't it? Because we don't know what's actually going to happen. So I don't even know, to be honest with you. I don't honestly know. It all depends, doesn't it? What goes and happens from here on in. And whether the season's void and everything else. I would have said Norwich were definite. I'd have probably looked at Aston Villa as well. And then West Ham. I think that their run of fixtures left this season would have put them in serious trouble, that's for sure. So I'd have probably gone West Ham, Villa, and Norwich. So yeah, listen, I've been on there for over 30 minutes today. It's a shorter one today. I've got 1,000,001 things to do. Tomorrow morning there is DT Daily as usual. There's going to be, I was meant to put one up yesterday, but I didn't have the time to get it sorted. But I'm going to be doing a reaction video to one of my AFTV videos. I'm also going to be doing reaction videos to some of my matchday vlogs and some of the notorious celebrations and crazy moments from my own matchday vlogs. So keep an eye out from that. Saturday night, I'm going to be doing a live DJ set. A lot of people, everyone is going to be at home. Everyone is going to be at home. So you're not going out clubbing. What else you got to do? It's a Saturday night. You know, everyone's obviously got beers because they cleared the shops out. So sit in your yard. We'll have a party. Simple as that, isn't it? A couple of questions coming quickly that I will answer. Ryan Foster. I don't need to speak 8 languages. Liverpool away. Yeah, I know exactly what video that one's from. Hemal Nandar. We are going to beat this coronavirus. Robbie said, you missed my super chat earlier, DT. Take care and stay safe. It's boring without football. That's the one that I was trying to find. I saw it briefly and then it just disappeared off my screen. So apologies. But yeah, listen, what you're saying, yeah, we're going to beat the coronavirus. We will beat it. As long as people are sensible, people listen to the rules and they stay in and everything else, because I've seen since we've been on lockdown since Friday night, you know, people are still going to the park. There's people sunbathing, having barbecues in public places. And, you know, I've seen the train service is rammed. I've seen building sites with no sense of like social distancing. And listen, if you want to get rid of this virus and you want to be allowed out your house and move forward, then seriously, you've got to stay in your yard. These people that are going out, they're going to be the reason why there ain't no football for months, and the reason why we're on lockdown and why lockdown may get more strict. Simple as that, really. And I can't say no more than that. So listen, thank you to everybody that's locked into this show. It's a shorter one tonight. I've got some things to do. And I will, like I said, what we got tomorrow is the DT Daily in the morning as usual. We've then got one of my reaction videos. You're going to love the one that I react to for tomorrow for the AFTV video. Oh my word. I'm going to be recording a podcast as well with Robbie this week. Obviously, we're not going to be next to each other, so that's going to be a bit different. Also, watch out for some of these live feeds because I've got guests coming on. And what I will say is that I've got some footballers, some musicians, and some well-known people that are going to be coming on and joining me and having a bit of a laugh. I've also got Mark Goldbridge coming on one of my shows as well. I'll have a word to see if I can get the likes of Robbie and Flex and those involved as well. We can maybe do, you know, more than one, get about 3 or 4 of us in a chat one night and all have a bit of a laugh and a talk about football. So listen, thank you to all of you that have locked in, and I will see you lot soon, man. I'm out of here.